When the moon is high and the stars are bright, gather round, it's Halloween night. Cozy up, friends, for some spooky delight, swinging through the Halloween night.
Good evening, my ghoulish friends, and welcome to another spine-tingling episode of Haunted Harmony Hours. This is WHLW. I'm your host, Jack Lantern, and tonight we're venturing into the eerie and emotional realm of the supernatural, with a special focus on one of the most hauntingly significant figures in our lives, our mothers.
Ghosts and goblins, all in fun, with a vintage swing, the night's begun. Tap your feet and join the fright in our swinging Halloween night.
Tonight's theme is all about mothers, both the living and the spectral. Whether you're blessed with your mom's presence, have a bittersweet memory of her, or perhaps never had the chance to know her, we're here to honor all mothers in our own unique, spooky way. Some of us are lucky to share our lives with our mothers, basking in their love and guidance. Others may have lost their moms but cherish their memories, and some might never have known their mothers at all but still feel the weight of that absence. No matter where you fall on that spectrum, tonight's show is dedicated to celebrating and remembering all those maternal figures who shape our lives, whether they walk among us or reside in the shadows. We've got a fantastic lineup for you tonight, from ghostly tunes and eerie stories to a special guest who knows all about raising spectral children. So grab your favorite treats, turn up the volume, and prepare for a night filled with laughter, chills, and a little bit of heartwarming spookiness. And remember, if you're enjoying the show, make sure to like, subscribe, and share to keep the spooky spirit alive all year round. We love hearing your ghostly tales and appreciate all your support in keeping the Halloween magic alive beyond October. So let's get started, and let's make this a night to remember. Stay tuned for our first song and a thrilling tale of the supernatural. Welcome to Haunted Harmony Hours, where the night is always young and the spirits never sleep.
Mama, mama, where'd you go? In shadows we now play. Where'd you go? In halls where whispers sway. We miss you so. Mama, please come back home. Mama, we miss you. Creeping through the night, we miss you. Holding tight, we miss you. Oh, my mama, come back home. Lights flicker, shadows sway. We play hide and seek, shadows sway. In every corner street, whispers say, Mama, where did you go? Mama, we know you go. We bury sheep, we miss you. Creeping through the night, we miss you. Holding tight, we miss you. Mama, come back home. Silence of the night, we dream of your embrace, holding tight. Every whisper calls your name, hoping you'll return to end this game. Mama, mama, we miss you. Creeping through the night, we miss you. Holding tight, we miss you. Oh, mama, come back home.
That was Mama Mama, Where'd You Go? A delightfully eerie tune that tugs at the heartstrings while sending a chill down your spine. It reminds me of an old limerick that fits our theme tonight. Here's how it goes. In an orphanage so old and gray, ghostly children come out to play. They call for their mamas through halls and pajamas, haunting hearts in their spectral ballet. Thank you all for tuning in to WHLW, Haunted Harmony Hours. It's always a pleasure to gather with like-minded ghouls who appreciate the creepy and the spooky. Your support keeps the spirit of Halloween alive all year round. Next up, we have a charming little number called Mischief in the Moonlight. It's a funny song about a pumpkin mother scolding her mischievous pumpkin babies for causing trouble in the night. Let's see what these naughty little gourds have been up
Oh,
to.
my little pumpkins, hey, why'd you go and scare those ghosts away? Such mischievous seeds you sow in the moonlight's gentle glow. It's a spooky, airy night, little pumpkins full of fright. No, 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 no more tricks. Behave, my dear little goblins will come. Just go, 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 and shine your light and face how fierce the morning is near. Carved out rings so wide and bright, but don't go play with witches in the night. It's all in good fun, yes I know, but we wait until the stars don't show. It's a magical time ahead. Rest your funky head. A tricks may be up, or the goblins will go. Just go, 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 and shine your light and face our fears till morning is near. Yeah. Oh, you gotta listen up, oh my sweet. Stay close, to the light you read. Shine through the night, my pumpkin light, with love so warm and bright. No, 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 no more tricks. Behave, my dear, but the goblins will come. Just blow, 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 and shine your light and make your this just like it's here.
Those pumpkin babies sure know how to keep their pumpkin mother on her toes. A bit of fun and frolic under the moon, proving that even in the world of the supernatural, parenting is never easy. That was Mischief in the Moonlight, a tune that's sure to bring a smile to your face. Now, don't go anywhere, my ghostly friends. After a short break, we'll dive into an email we just received from a listener in Texas. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but it looks spooky as hell, y'all. Stay tuned to WHLW, Haunted Harmony Hours.
Are you worried about uninvited guests in your spooky abode? Introducing Eerie Echo's home security system. With our state-of-the-art spectral sensors and phantom detectors, you'll know if your home is being haunted or if it's just a creaky floorboard.
Keep your hauntings in check. With Eerie Echoes, you'll feel safe and set. No ghostly gremlins getting in. With Eerie Echoes, your peace will win.
Protect your home with the ghostly touch of security that only Eerie Echoes can provide.
Welcome back, my spectral companions. As promised, we have a chilling treat for you tonight. I've received an email from a listener, and I must admit I haven't had a chance to read it through, so let's discover this mystery together, shall we? Our listener, let's call him Alex, has sent us this email with the subject line, "Help." So without further ado, let's see what Alex has to say. Hey, Jack, I'm sending you this because I am genuinely scared and concerned about what just happened to me yesterday. I am currently under the covers in my bed, frantically typing this on my phone because I'm too scared to get up and check on my mother. For the past 2 weeks, my mother was away on a business trip. Since I'm 18 and working, she allowed me to stay at the house alone to do some housekeeping. My mother and I live in a pretty big house in middle of nowhere, Pinewood, Texas, so 2 weeks alone in the house gets lonely. We are new to the area, having just moved in a couple of months ago, so for the past 14 days, I've been cooped up in our giant home alone, waiting for my mother to come home. Yesterday night, I heard the familiar jingle of her keys and the front door opening. I was excited to see my mother. I got up from my bed and ran down to the kitchen to ask her about the trip. That's when I noticed my mother just standing at the kitchen counter, not acknowledging me at all. She didn't say hi to me or tell me that she missed me. She didn't even look up at me. My mother grew up during some tough times. She spent her teenage years hopping from refugee camp to refugee camp. Despite her difficult upbringing, my mother has always been extremely loving and talkative, and our relationship is very close. So I was confused about what could have shaken her up so badly that she wouldn't acknowledge me. She simply returned home, placed her bags on the kitchen floor, and headed straight to her bedroom. I didn't want to pry, so I headed back to my room without a word to give her time to herself. I figured I'd ask her about it the next day. This morning, I woke up to a FaceTime from my mom. This was strange, since my mother is the type to come upstairs to wish me a good morning. I answered regardless, and that's when my heart dropped. My mother was still at the airport. She said something along the lines of, "Sorry, baby, I'm running a bit late since my flight is delayed. I'll be home by dinner." If my mom was still at the airport, then who came home last night? I just stared at my mom over FaceTime until I finally answered, "Mama, if you're still at the airport, then who came home last night?" My mom's face dropped, and she told me to hang up the call and hide under the covers. She sounded genuinely frightened, and I've never seen my mother like that. In the past 18 years she has raised me. That obviously scared the shit out of me, so I did as she said and hung up immediately. After I hung up, my mother texted me, "If whoever is in the house asks you to leave your room, do not listen to them. Stay in your room, Alex. I'm calling Uncle Dan." That's when I heard my fake mother from the bottom of the stairs go, "What? Alex, I have breakfast ready. Come down, baby." I literally don't know what to do, and I'm scared shitless. I'm currently waiting for my Uncle Dan to arrive. Well, listeners, that was Alex's harrowing experience. Alex, if you are listening, we hope your Uncle Dan will get there soon, so hang in there, buddy. Unfortunately, there isn't much we can do from here, but we're sure glad that the spooky vibe is alive and well at your house. As we sit here in the safety of our own spaces, let's hope that Alex will be safe and sound, and that the mystery of his midnight visitor is resolved. Let us know what happens, Alex, and if you can. Stay tuned, because we have more spine-chilling stories and eerie tunes coming your way on WHLW Haunted Harmony Hours. Up next, a haunting melody to keep you company in the dark. Don't go anywhere. The night is just getting started.
Oh, I'm far away, my dear, whisper in the night. I'll be your guiding star in the darkest sky. Hold my memory near, feel my love inside. I'm beside you. Hush now, don't you cry. I'm your angel from the heavens high. Every lullaby I sang echoes through the breeze, softly in your dreams. I'm the gentle peace. My love will never fade as long as you believe. I'm beside you. Don't you cry, I'm your angel from the heavens high. When the world feels cold, know you're not alone. I'm forever close, a love you've always known. Beside you, hush now, don't you cry. I'm your angel from the heavens high.
What a beautiful and heartwarming lullaby that was. I'm beside you. It's a touching reminder that even from beyond the grave, a mother's love remains ever present. It's moments like these that truly make us appreciate the bonds we have with those we love, whether they're with us or watching over us. Speaking of which, if you're looking for spooky yet heartfelt ways to honor your mother, here are 3 enchanting ideas. Create a memory shrine. Decorate a small space in your home with photos, mementos, and candles dedicated to your mother. Light a candle and share a story or memory every night. Another idea is to pen a heartfelt letter to your mother expressing all the things you wish you could say. Read it aloud on a special night when the veil between worlds is thin. Host a tribute dinner, cook her favorite meal, and set a place at the table for her. Invite friends and family to share stories and celebrate her life together. That was 3 sweet and spooky ways to honor your mom. Now let's shift gears with a cheeky tune called Mummy is Gonna End Daddy. It's a humorous little number about a mom who's had just about enough of her husband's antics.
Mommy says he's out too late. Daddy's got a whole lot on his plate. Trouble, trouble, don't you see? Kids, it's time to hide and seek. 'Cause mommy's got a plan unique. Reckon this is the end, you'll agree. Mommy's gonna end daddy. Keep your eyes shut tight. Mommy's gonna end daddy. Be home before night. Daddy thinks it's all a jest. Mommy's putting love to the test. Whispers, whispers in the hall. Clock is ticking, there's no stall. Better straighten up or you'll fall. Reckon this is the end after all. Mommy's gonna end daddy. Keep your eyes shut tight. Mommy's gonna end daddy. Be home before night. Says it's the final call. Been too long, had a ball. Time to pick up or see the fall. Daddy's back against the wall. Mommy's gonna end daddy. Keep your eyes shut tight. Mommy's gonna end daddy. Be home before
Sometimes a little bit of musical mischief is all we need to lighten the mood. Oh, that was Mummy is Gonna End Daddy. A fun tune that reminds us that even in the supernatural world, family dynamics can get a little wild. Sometimes it's all in good humor, and tonight's song had us chuckling at the amusing side of things. But don't go anywhere just yet. After the break, we'll be joined by our special guest, Miss Eliza Wraithwood, a ghostly mother who manages her 2 ethereal children in a house that's constantly under siege by the living. She'll share her spooky tips and tales about raising ghost children and maintaining her haunted home. Stay tuned. More Haunted Harmony Hours is on the way.
Are your spectral possessions looking a bit dusty? Get them sparkling with Phantom Polish.
Phantom polish, make them gleam. Shiny ghosts are always a dream.
This supernatural cleaner gives your ghostly antiques and spooky keepsakes a luminous shine, perfect for those who want to keep their haunted house looking spooktacular.
For your haunted home's bright show, use Phantom polish, let it glow.
Hey, welcome back, my spooky listeners. Tonight, we're thrilled to be joined by someone truly special. Please give a ghostly welcome to Miss Eliza Wraithwood, a renowned specter and devoted ghost mother. Miss Wraithwood resides in a charmingly haunted home with her 2 ethereal children, and she's here to share her top tips on raising ghost children and keeping a haunted house in tip-top spectral shape. Welcome, Miss Wraithwood.
Thank you so much for having me, Jack. It's delightful to be here, even if it's a bit chilly.
But oh, I can imagine. So, Miss Wraithwood, your life must be filled with unique challenges. What are your top 3 tips for keeping a ghostly household running smoothly and raising little ghosts?
Absolutely, Jack. Here are my top 3 tips. Master the art of phantasmal discipline. Ghost children can be a bit mischievous, so it's crucial to keep them in line with a gentle but firm spectral hand. Ghostly timeouts involve floating in the corner until they promise to be good.
Ghostly discipline sounds like a real art form, a gentle but firm spectral hand. Now that's the way to keep those mischievous wraiths in line. Just imagine the adorable, ethereal pouts.
Tip number 2, Jack, is to embrace the haunting harmony. Ghosts thrive in a spooky, eerie environment. Make sure your home has plenty of cobwebs, creaking floorboards, and dim, flickering lights to keep the atmosphere just right for little spirits to grow up in.
Embracing the haunting harmony music to any ghost's ears. It's like setting the perfect stage for a spectral soiree. Cobwebs, creaking floorboards, and flickering lights. Sounds like a dream home for any ghostly family.
And finally, tip number 3, plan for phantom playdates. Ghost children love interacting with other spirits. Host regular phantom playdates where they can meet and mingle with other ghostly kids. It helps them learn proper haunting etiquette and avoids loneliness.
And of course, phantom playdates. What a fantastic idea. It's a great excuse to get those spooky decorations out and have a little fun while you're at it. Those are fantastic tips, Miss Wraithwood. I can only imagine the delight of floating in the corner for a timeout and the fun of a ghostly playdate. Now, let's dive into some questions from our listeners. Hi, Miss Wraithwood. Do you have any special tips for dealing with mischievous ghost children who keep rearranging the furniture in the middle of the night?
Oh, absolutely. I find that setting up enchanted barriers around the furniture can help. But if they're really persistent, try giving them a ghostly task, like polishing the Moonlight with a spectral duster. Keeps them busy and the furniture in place.
Polishing the Moonlight. Now, that's a creative solution. I'll have to remember that. Question from listener number 2. Hey, Miss Wraithwood, do you have any advice for dealing with noisy ghost children who keep making eerie sounds when you're trying to sleep?
Noisy ghost children are a common issue. I recommend providing them with a ghostly soundproof playroom. If that doesn't work, play soothing ghost lullabies. It helps to calm their spectral energy and ensures everyone gets a good night's rest.
Soundproof playrooms? Now, that's a clever idea. I can see it now. A room full of floating toys and spectral games. Final question, Miss Wraithwood, do you have any tips for hosting ghostly birthday parties? I'm planning one for my little ghost, and I'm not sure what theme to choose. Oh, I absolutely love this one.
Ghostly birthday parties are the best. For a theme, try a haunted carnival with floating games and spectral cotton candy. Make sure to invite a few friendly ghosts for the fun. And don't forget the ghostly cake. It's essential for a spooktacular celebration.
A haunted carnival sounds like a blast. I hope our listener's little ghost has an eerie good time. Thank you so much, Miss Wraithwood, for joining us and sharing your spooktacular tips. It's been a delight having you. Do you have any final words of advice for our listeners before we let you go?
Of course. Remember, whether you're a ghost or living being, keep the spirit of fun and love alive in your home. It makes every haunting or living moment more enjoyable. Thank you for having me, Jack.
Thank you, Miss Wraithwood, and thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Don't go away. After a short break, we've got a spine-chilling story coming your way that you won't want to miss. Stay tuned.
You are my children, and this house is ours. We'll roam the hall, shadows in the night. In these walls, you hold power, floating through time. In the moon's pale light, I am your mother, and this house is ours. Dance through the hours, in the whispers of days gone. We are stories none can compare. Even though the world moved on, our laughter lingers in the autumn air. I am your mother, and this house is ours. Dance through the hours. In this mansion, our spirits free. Forever will be what lies beyond. Hey, we'll face each other. Your mother, and this house
house is ours. Dance through the
Well, wasn't that a chilling delight? I Am Your Mother and This House is Ours, a haunting family tune that reminds us just how far a mother's love can extend. And speaking of a mother's love, my ghoulish friends, tonight we have a story that delves into the darkest corners of maternal devotion. It's a tale where love and control intertwine in a way that's as haunting as it is unsettling. Imagine living with someone who seems to always be there for you, even when they're no longer supposed to be. Our next story, A Mother's Shadow, will make you question just how far a mother's love and control can reach. So grab a blanket, keep the lights dim, and let's step into the world of A Mother's Shadow.
My name is Sarah, and I've been living with my mother, Evelyn, for as long as I can remember. We live in a charming old Victorian house on the edge of town, a place that's seen better days but is filled with memories, both sweet and sour. Mother is, well, she's a character. Always bustling around the house, she has an uncanny knack for knowing what's best for everyone. Her advice, though often unsolicited, somehow always seems to be spot on. She's the type who'll criticise your choice of outfit, only to have you realise later that she was right about the weather. Or she'll insist on rearranging your furniture, and you'll discover that the new arrangement does make the room feel cosier. Despite her controlling nature, Mother's advice is rarely wrong, and in many ways her presence has been a blessing. But living with her has its challenges. She's always hovering, her shadow ever present, and she can be rather demanding. Her endless critiques and constant need to be involved in every aspect of my life have sometimes felt like they are holding me back. For example, last week, I finally mustered up the courage to apply for a promotion at work, one that could potentially change my life. I was excited, but Mother was quick to point out all the reasons it might not work out. Her constant warnings made me doubt myself, though I went ahead with the application anyway. And then there's my personal life. I've often dreamed of starting a family of my own, but every time I've considered taking that leap, Mother is right there, with her reminders of why it might not be the right time or how I should focus on my career first. It feels like I'm trapped in this cycle where her life seems to overshadow my own desires. One evening, after another heated argument about my future and the way she insists on controlling every aspect of it, I finally confronted Mother. I stormed into the parlour where she sat, knitting away as usual. The air was thick with tension as I demanded to know why she was so determined to hold me back. Mother sat on her chair knitting, her eyes distant. "You don't understand, Sarah," she said in her usual measured tone. "I'm only trying to help you avoid making mistakes." I threw up my hands in frustration. "Help? You're suffocating me. I want to make my own decisions, live my own life. But you're always here, second-guessing me. You're holding me back from everything I want." Mother's tone softened, and she began her familiar routine of emotional manipulation. "Oh, Sarah," she said, her voice dripping with false sweetness, "I only want what's best for you. Do you think I'd criticize you if I didn't care? You have always taken good care of me. You are a good daughter, and I am an awful mother. Perhaps it would be better for everyone if I were 6 feet underground." Her words struck a chord, and as always, her guilt-tripping began to work. I felt a pang of remorse and started to regret my harsh words. I approached her chair, trying to soothe her. "I'm sorry, Mother," I said, my voice trembling. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I just feel so trapped." As I moved closer, I could see Mother's once vibrant face, now a skeletal mask of decay, with her mouth wide open as if forever screaming silently, her eyes vacant and unseeing. I took her cold, lifeless hand in mine, and it was like holding a slab of ice. "You know I love you, Mother," I whispered. I sat beside her, wrapping my arms around her frail, decaying form. Her skin felt like parchment, and crumbling. I could smell the faint, musty odour of decay. You see, dear Sarah, you can never truly leave me. I've always been here for you, guiding you whether you wanted it or not. Mother's voice echoing in my mind, tainted with a sinister undertone. Mother's love never dies, my dear. It only grows colder.
Well, that story certainly took a dark and unexpected turn. The idea of clinging to a loved one, even when they're long gone, can be hauntingly powerful. It makes us reflect on our own attachments and the ways we might be trapped in our own fears and delusions. Thank you for joining us for that chilling tale. Don't go anywhere. We have more eerie entertainment coming up after a short break.
Are you and your ghostly family hungry for a frightfully delightful meal?
Spoony dinners on your plate. Ghastly gourmet, simply great.
Try Ghastly Gourmet Meals. Our spooky, pre-prepared dinners are perfect for both the living and the undead. Enjoy tasty treats that will give your dinner guests a chill.
For a meal that's full of fright. Ghastly Gourmet, just right.
WHLW, Haunted Harmony Hours.
Mother says I shouldn't talk to strangers. Mother says they're always full of danger. She's the one who's always right, guiding me through every night. Mother knows best, she sees through their lies. Mother keeps watch with her prying eyes. When she whispers in my ear, all my doubts just disappear. Mother thinks I shouldn't get too cold. Mother says it's me she loves the most. In our house upon the hill, her voice echoes soft and shrill. Mother knows best, she sees through their lies. Mother keeps watch with her prying eyes. When she whispers in my ear, all my doubts just disappear. Her presence lingers, binding me in chains. Every thought, every move, every step I take is a dance to that mother made. Mother doesn't like it when I disobey. Mother's love can quickly turn to rage. She's the reason I stay home. Mother says I'm never alone. Mother knows best, she sees through their lies. Mother keeps watch with her prying eyes. When she whispers in my ear, so I listen, I obey. In this house we share, Mother's voice always there. She's the guardian of my every breath. For Mother knows best, even in death.
Welcome back, ghoulish friends. We just heard Mother Says, a spine-chilling tribute to the iconic Mother from Psycho. What a hauntingly delightful song that really brings Norman Bates's complex relationship with his mother to the forefront. It's always fascinating how art can delve into the darker corners of human nature and our fears. Now, for those of you who are navigating the treacherous waters of dating, especially if you've got a bit of a spooky situation brewing, here are 3 tips from yours truly, Jack Lantern, on how to spot if your date might be hiding a controlling corpse mom in their big spooky house. And hey, if you find out that's the case, maybe it's time to pop the question and seal the deal. How cool would that be? Check the attic or basement. If you hear odd creaks or unexplained noises coming from the attic or basement, it could be a sign. Listen for eerie whispers or arguments about who's been a naughty child. That's a red flag. Observe the decor. A love for antique furniture and peculiar family portraits with a few too many do not disturb signs can be a clue. If you spot a lavishly decorated armchair with a strangely unblemished spot, it might be hiding something or someone. Listen to the advice. If your date's mother seems to be giving more unsolicited advice than usual, especially about mundane things like how to cook or dress, it could be a sign she's still actively involved. And if they keep saying mother knows best, and that's your cue. And now, let's lighten the mood with our final song of the evening, Spooky Mama, a heartfelt tribute to all the wonderful spooky moms out there who make our lives just a little bit more thrilling and enchanting. Enjoy the tune and don't go anywhere. Jack-lanterns, that's me. Final thoughts are coming up right after the song.
Spooky Mama! I've always dreamed of love everlasting. Your spooky style, it's so enchanting. What I needed, I never really knew. When I held you, I felt the magic. Your witchy ways, my heart beat the faster. All that I want in all of this world is you. Spooky Mama, my love so true. Spooky Mama, only you. Spooky Mama, you're the one. Spooky Mama, you're my son. I adore the charm you cast on me. Your mystic eyes, they haunt my dreams. The way you move, the spells you weave, the love we share, it's all I need. I'd like to spend my life beside you. In every realm, I want to find you. No specter, ghost, or who could part us will dance to life just like it's stardust. In shadows arms I find my salt of you, my love forever flooded. Spooky Mama, my love so true. Spooky Mama, only you. Spooky Mama, you're the one. Spooky Mama, you're the one. Spooky Mama, you're my son.
That was Spooky Mama, a delightful ode to all the eerie yet endearing mothers who light up our darkened worlds. Thank you all for joining us tonight on this hauntingly fun journey through the realm of mothers, both living and otherwise. It's always a pleasure to share these spine-tingling tales and songs with you. Remember, the most important thing is to embrace the spooky side of life. Cherish your loved ones, whether they're corporeal or not, and always keep an eye out for the shadows in the night. Until next time, my ghoulish friends, this has been WHLW Haunted Harmony Hours. Stay spooky, and remember, if ever you find yourself alone in a foggy night, just keep the spirit of the season alive in your heart. This is Jack-Lantern, signing off. Sleep tight and pleasant nightmares.
When the moon is high and the stars are bright, gather round, it's Halloween night. Cozy up, friends, for some spooky delight, swinging through the Halloween night. Ghosts and goblins, all in fun, with a vintage swing, the night's begun. Tap your feet and join the fright in our swinging Halloween night.